Good morning, Ms.Munn here from Munnday Musings. It's February 27th, almost 8 a.m., and it's a beautiful sunny day here in Portland, Maine. I'm headed out in just a moment, so I'm here in front of my home apothecary right here, wishing you good morning. So today I thought it was very appropriate to talk about dreams, manifesting our dreams, and if we dream big enough. Yesterday was the new moon, and there's a solar eclipse. So there's a lot going on astrologically and with our dream world. And we're going to specifically look at technology. And is technology in some way or another hindering your dream processes? So I thought about this topic, goodness, it was like on the full moon because I was walking my dog Thistle on the beach and a friend called and he's like, "Hey, where are you?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm on the beach." And he's like, "Okay, I'll come and meet you." So he comes to meet me, and it's a freezing night, really, really cold. And so I said, "Do you mind if we sit in your car and watch the moonrise?" And he's like, "Yeah, not a problem at all." So we sit in his car, and he's telling me about his day and, some revelations he's had in his life, and I'm listening. And then all of a sudden, I pick up my cell phone, and I check my Instagram. And then he looks at me and he says, "Katie Munn, put your phone away." And oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. And the reason why I said I'm so sorry is because I have made a rule for myself, right? As adults, we have no limit on our screen time. So for little ones, you'll notice parents will be like, "Okay, you have 1 hour screen time or 2 hours," or like, "You're done, put away the game, put away the cell phone." But with us, we need to regulate ourselves. So one rule I've made for myself is when I'm with friends or families or loved ones or even on a date, I will not take out my cell phone because I'm there with the person, I'm present in the moment. And so me taking out my cell phone, looking at my Instagram, I'm like, whoa, like I need to disconnect. I need to just disconnect, unplug. So a couple weeks later, luckily I had a friend, she was out of town, and I said, "Hey, do you mind if I come and I sit in front of your wood stove and just kind of house it for you?" And she's like, "Yeah, no problem." So I go to her house. It's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I start the wood stove. I lie a little blanket in front of the wood stove, and then I just lay there and I dream. And so I imagine all of the things that I want to create in my life, all of the things I want to manifest for my business, for my romantic life, for my living situation, and I really let myself dream. So a lot of times when we dream, we don't dream big enough, right? So we sort of limit ourselves. So for an hour and a half, I dreamed really big, and I lay there in front of a wood stove, and it was so relaxing. And I totally shut my cell phone off, so I didn't have my cell phone for over 24 hours. I, made a resolution. I'm not going to watch Netflix, no electronics. So it was so quiet, so silent, and just so beautiful. And, after about an hour and a half, I'm like, okay, I think I might read a book. So I read The Traveler's Joy by herbalist Julia Levy Barclay. I don't know if I said that right, but it was a really lovely book about this herbalist that traveled all throughout Europe, all throughout the world, really, and her expertise with herbs and living situations and foods when you're traveling on the road. So after that, I made dinner, and I did turn on the radio, so I did listen to a Prairie Home Companion because I love that show. And growing up every Saturday evening, we'd listen to that. So I listened to Prairie Home Companion, had some wine, did a tarot card reading. It was awesome. It was fabulous. So it just made me think about technology, specifically, cell phones, computers, Facebook, all of these social media outlets that we're connected to, and how, in essence, it does connect us to people, but then it sort of disconnects us from ourselves, right? So often when we're seeking something internally, we may check our Facebook and be like, "Ooh, did I get likes?" Or your Instagram post to be like, "Oh, did people like my Instagram?" Or "What's going on in this person's life or this person's world?" Instead of being present and sitting with where you are at the moment. So some things I've incorporated within myself in the last couple of weeks is having a day of unplugging, like completely unplugging from any sort of social media, any sort of cell phone. And so this week, what I'd encourage you to do is a couple of different things. So the first is just become really mindful of your use with your cell phone or social media. So how many times a day do you pick up your cell phone and look at it? Or how many times a day do you check your Facebook or keep on checking your email, expecting some sort of response to something you put out there, instead of trusting that everything that's meant for you is supposed to come your way? So once you notate and you're mindful, "Oh my God, I picked up my phone 47 times," then you can be more aware of okay, this maybe needs a shifting. And if you looked at your cell phone twice throughout the day, awesome. Like, I need some tips from you. So the next idea is, once you sort of have a gauge on how your social media use or how your sort of relationship is to technology, pick one day out of the week that you have an unplugged time. So our lives are all different. So it might be for somebody like Wednesday evening from 4 to 6. For somebody else, it may be Wednesday evening from 4 in the afternoon to like 6 a.m. So pick a time to really unplug, really be present, shut your cell phone off, don't turn on your computer. A while back, I had a sort of rule with myself that 8 p.m. onward was unplugged time. So it was just like, you know what, before I go to bed, I'm not going to watch Netflix, I'm not going to check my phone. I'm going to be really present with myself, and I'm going to read before bed or journal or whatnot. And then the third part is, when you have that time set for yourself to unplug, dream, right? So dream big. And often we don't dream big enough, right? So what do you want to create in your life? What do you want to manifest? What challenges do you want to overcome? And think about that. And if you're feeling kind of beraggled and you're like, I can't really dream big. Like, I want this dream house, but I don't know if it's gonna happen. I always say have an option A and an option B. So option A would be like, yes, that's the best case. That's really, really what I want to manifest. But then maybe option B, that's a little more realistic, a little more tangible, a little more reasonable, but it would be just as awesome. So just maybe having a couple dreams percolating and see what manifests. So last night was the new moon, and like I said, there's a solar eclipse, and there's a lot of energy going on with letting go what no longer is working, calling in what does work. And the new moon energy lasts for about a week. So this week is a beautiful week to manifest and write down what you want to have come alive in your life. And just see, usually it takes about 6 months for manifestations or things to really start to manifest in your life. So in 6 months, maybe check back, write them down, and then see how your dreams are coming along. So Monday morning, I hope you all have a lovely week ahead. We're going to be in March. It's going to be a wonderful week. And Thistle's here sitting on my lap, so we're going to say goodbye. And I love you all, and see you next week.